Hello, my name is Fenna. Welcome to Following Fenna. I'm a certified coach and counselor, and I work with people in a limerent episode and also with their partner. Now, the affair, the butterflies, the flirting text, the stolen moments, the feeling that maybe no one understood you ever like this. And maybe you've never felt this vibrant, this alive. So you think that maybe this has to be the real deal. This has to be true love. But what if it's not real love at all? What if this is a limerent episode? And today I'm going to look at you why most affairs, especially one that feel like your soulmate, are kind of doomed from the beginning. And I'm gonna talk numbers also, but also what to do to prevent another limerent affair. Let's dive in. First of all, quick, what is limerence? And if you want to know more about this subject, I've made like 20,000 videos only on limerence, so have a look at my other videos if you want to. But it's this emotional and physical obsession / addiction to another person. It's not the same as love. You can see it as being in love, multiplied by thousands. It's the feeling of wanting constant preoccupation and cravings and wanting reciprocity and contact and fantasizing about this person and about this there's hope for this perfect future. You kind of believe that this person is the missing piece and this being with this person will make you feel happy. Limerence floods your brain with dopamine and other hormones like norepinephrine. I didn't pronounce that right. You feel high and euphoric and also addicted, especially when there is limited access to the other and there's intermittent contact, because rewards on an unpredictable scale train our brain into addiction like nothing else. But here's the truth. Limerence is not based on reality, it's based on projection. You're kind of addicted to how you feel, how they make you feel, or rather how they help you to escape. And affairs are the perfect breeding ground for limerence because all the ingredients for a limerent episode are usually there. There's secrecy, there's risk, there's limited access, there's fantasy, there's no responsibility. You're not doing life with your affair partner, you're doing escape with this person. And that makes every interaction super charged. Every moment feels urgent, also because your system is completely dysregulated after a while. But it's addictive, it's forbidden. But if you come out of the affair, when an affair comes out of the shadow, this spark, this dopamine often disappears. Okay. Now, let's look at some data to back that up. According to several studies, only 3 to 5% of affairs actually lead to marriage, and of those, 75 end in divorce. That means that from every 100 people who leave their partner for their affair partner, maybe 1 or 2 will end up in a lasting relationship. So that's pretty low. Why is this percentage so low? Well, most affairs don't survive real life. There's guilt. There are trust issues. Most important, the hormones calm down and limerence / attraction fades once reality sets in. Once, for example, you're living together, you're doing groceries, you're arguing about your cleaning schedules, you hear them chew actually for the first time, and you kind of think like, okay, maybe this is not the perfect person. Maybe this idolized version that I had in my head is kind of cracking, and I'm not sure about this person. And what first felt like your destiny might feel complicated. And then for most people, the question hits, did I destroy everything for this fantasy? And if your connection was rooted in limerence, not love, the crash or the deterioration, as we call it in limerence therapy, it's almost inevitable. That's also because real love isn't about escaping. Love shouldn't be about escaping feelings or suppressing feelings. It's about staying and having sensible, reasonable reasons to stay. It's about knowing someone, flaws and all, and choosing them. It's not only based on attraction. Limerence is based on attraction/hormones. And limerence is also temporary once the obstacles are gone and you can have all the access to this person that there is and the intermittentness is gone. Now, as you know, normally affairs leave a trail of pain. Estranged children, friendships, broken trust, ongoing regret and shame, and they will come in later. And most affairs don't end up in happily ever after. Most likely it's messy and people will get hurt, including yourself, by the way. Is there a good thing? Is there a good thing to limerence? Yes. They can also be a mirror, showing you maybe what's missing, what has been lacking, maybe inside yourself or maybe in your life, what needs to be addressed. Why do you need to feel these hormones? Why do you need to feel alive like this? What are you seeking? And can you find that in a less damaging way? What needs are not being met, and maybe it's time to address them instead of ignoring them and numbing them with an affair. And if this video stirs something inside you, maybe you've had an affair, maybe you're midst in, maybe there's already regret, or maybe it's giving you some clarity, you're not alone. Affairs happen when we're disconnected from ourselves. It's not so much about the other person, really. And the healing starts when we stop chasing the high and start to address things. When we start to live in integrity. And I always talk about integrity because integrity is an antidote for limerence and an antidote for limerent affairs. Now, okay, that sounds good, but how do you actually live in integrity? What do I mean by that? I mean that living in integrity means that you're aligning your actions with your values. It's when your thoughts and words and behavior match your inner compass, even when no one is watching, also when you're alone. And that is not about being perfect. It's little to do with being perfect. It's about you doing you. It's about being congruent. And if you're vulnerable for limerence, integrity is so important. Your outside reflects your values. And that's what I mean with alignment. It's self-honesty also. Self-honesty creates a deep sense of stability. It also gives you confidence, and when you're living in integrity, you can also find inner peace. And like I said, it's one of the powerful protectors against the emotional chaos of limerence. We don't lie to ourselves about what we want or need, and we're seeking it in a healthy way. We're honest about our relationships, even when that's difficult. then you're not as easily lured in by fantasies because you have your own reality and you know what to do. Then we seek less of escape through other people and we face what's not working. Again, living in integrity acts like an emotional armor or a compass. And it doesn't mean that you will not feel attraction for another person anymore, or daydream or be tempted, but it means that you choose. And choice gives you power. It can make you pause and reflect and respond in a healthy way, instead of chasing whatever feels good. Hey, this feels good, let's do some more. And before we know it, we're chasing our dopamine over and over and over. And maybe living in integrity sounds less exciting, but overall it gives you something more valuable than these dopamine spikes. And like I said, if you are vulnerable, if you have the vulnerability for limerence stemming from your trauma or your inherited trauma from your parents or even grandparents, and you've had multiple episodes in your life, living in integrity is one of the best form to prevent. Is one of the best things you can do to prevent another limerent episode. If you like this video, you know what to do. And if you want my help in your limerent episode or the one of your partner, please contact me. My email address is in the description below. And for now, I want to thank you for watching me. And I hope to see you in another video. Bye.